So... I can't pick up this door again. Okay, so that cage doesn't mean anything. That is just a cage. Just like a cigar is sometimes just a cigar. That cage, just a cage. We're trapped in it. Yeah. No.
But you see, I don't think anything is just a cigar. Cause like, also it doesn't have to be like sexual or anything. It could literally just mean like, oh, you wrote a character that smokes cigarettes all the time. It's just like addictive personality. You can extrapolate from that and like what it means for this character. You can like, and then you can like just look at it from an outside perspective. Like, yeah, the people smoke, so that means he stinks probably some of the time. Like this guy, like every character he interacts with realizes he smokes. I mean, sometimes a cigarette isn't just a cigarette, but it also is just a cigarette.
I mean, I was just talking about, you know, the fact that that cage has no meaning, that has no mechanical purpose.
Oh yeah,
just
probably.
Yeah, so there was no deeper meaning to what I was saying.
I'm just going forward, Snake. I'm just talking concrete because you still haven't find what is that?
Yeah,
the right hand.
I still haven't found the right hand. I think I'm onto something though. There we go.
Oh.
Cool. I'm just going to appreciate this scene for a moment.
But what does it mean, Snake? The robot is killing Alex! Is this how the robot feels about Alex, or is this how Alex feels about the robot?
Alex spotted something. He doesn't even care. Even Alex is just nonplussed.
Alex is just okay with the idea, I guess.
I deserve this. I have this coming.
I mean, that is actually Alex's, like, general opinion on himself. Like, he does
That's the best
hate
writing
himself.
I've seen so far.
Key smash. Like, there's an aspect of Alex that hates himself, clearly. And there's an aspect of Alex that makes the player hate him. Which...
I probably should have saved before I walked in. I got too ahead of myself.
Oh, it's a guillotine!
Head's going right in there. Right into the guillotine.
Just don't worry, Snake. One day the developers of YIIK will be in a guillotine.
Yeah, I'll be the one who puts...
It'll be like, it's the revolution happening. It's like, anyway, does anyone want to kill another billionaire? What's going on? What's next?
Why is he a billionaire?
No, I'm not. I'm just talking in general. And then you're here, and then you're there with the ACK developers, and you're like, I don't think they're millionaires, but I got these two assholes here.
Well, they do. They made YIIK, and everyone there just says, "What the fuck is YIIK?"
I just hate this video game, and then the YIIK developer starts talking. If you hated the video game, it means the game actually worked for you. It worked for you. That's what the game was all about. And you're just there, fuming. You're like, get your fucking head in the guillotine.
What? Sure, why not?
I just find media so interesting, Snake.
Yeah, the media has given us so much, hasn't it? Where would we be without the media?
Where would commentary cons be without media? It media, Snake.
We could have hot takes on everything the world over, and no one could stop us. Despite the fact we ought to be stopped. They just can't do it.
Honestly, it's impressive that we are still in this dungeon.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know that it is.
I mean, honestly, a game can go to impressive levels of being shit.
yeah, I feel if nothing else, that truth has been put forward. I've said it relentlessly, without fail.
I mean, the
this
thing
game
is
impressive.
you argue against me, but I don't really disagree with that.
Being impressed doesn't mean that you're happy. Being impressed just means you're impressed.
I don't know, maybe I'm just very different that I don't. I mean, this is gonna sound very, like, fucking higher than thou, but I don't think it's true, because, like, I still get frustrated by stupid things, like everyone does, but you're
not playing this stupid thing.
Maybe. That is also another thing, but I wouldn't, like, watch, like, someone else play it if it, like... I mean, if I wasn't just doing this with you right now, I wouldn't fucking watch someone else play through YIIK. But I just, like, don't get mad at video games, like, ever.
But you do feel it okay, because you don't, that it's okay to dismiss my feelings.
I don't dismiss your feelings, Snake.
You just condescend about them.
I really do, don't I?
You just go, Snake, it's just a video game, when you've been here the whole time, and you could probably quite easily understand my frustrations with this gameplay, this mechanic, this narrative. And the fact is, Noonum, gameplay and story to me is an intertwined matter. I do actually like a story in my video games, because, you know what, basic as it is, I like having a little motivation for why I'm doing X. But when I don't care about why I'm doing X, and then keep doing X...
I mean...
the frustration goes hand in hand. It's a combo multiplier.
Yeah, but I don't think that's ever really been my point. I mean, because, yeah, the game is frustrating, and it's objectively, quote-unquote, bad, but that's not, what I've, like, been, quote-unquote, defending it on. Someone can't just make something intentionally shitty bad, and if it is personally frustrating and on any account shitty, like, they can't really complain, because that means that the game has been working on its own merits. That there's like some stuff that you just, like, annoying, like, songs that go on for 10 hours, like fucking, like, a YouTube video of Neon Cat going on for 10 hours or something, or literally just a Neon Cat flash that goes on endlessly. There's no way to appreciate that art in its full extent. The only way you can truly appreciate it is if at some point you stop, you X out of it, and you just accept it, I guess. And, like, I can look at YIIK the same way, I think.
I'm trying to piece together that you've essentially just said that this is an online looping annoying music video in video game form. And I can't disagree with the notion, because it's repetitive, it's boring, it goes on for a very long time.
Yeah, and that's by itself its merit, isn't it?
I guess it's like walking. Imagine if you work at a mental asylum and you walk into a room one day and Jeremy has thrown more shit at his wall than usual. On some level, you have to go...
Why do you have to go to a mental asylum? That's way too real.
That's why I went there. So I can give it a nice grounded example. A nice little dose of the real-world equivalency to what YIIK is shit thrown at a wall, but more than usual.
I don't know, I wouldn't really compare that, because...
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, but I
Jeremy
did.
is a real person, or whoever that name was you used. And even if he is throwing his fecal matter to the wall, he deserves a life. Because he can't understand why he's throwing his shit on the wall. So, I just wouldn't do that comparison.
Well, here we are.
I mean, you are bringing people to a guillotine.
You're saying all this as as I'm putting people in a guillotine, Noodum. There's some moral equivalencies here, and I'm willing to ride them.
I mean, it could have just been fine if you had compared it to, like, I walk into, like, work and some asshole has been like, guess what? Rickroll, 10-hour version. We're not going home until the entire video is over. Hey! I mean, that would have been...
That would have been a much nicer, less controversial take. And I agree with you, I probably should have gone with that, but... We're here now.
We're here now. We've talked about Jeremy throwing shit in a mental asylum, and we're just not leaving this area. We are in the shit of YIIK.
It's a horrible comparison. It's disrespectful to people who do have mental traumas. And you know what? Yeah, maybe I should feel bad, but right now I feel bad for like 50 other reasons. And that one is not going to go through right now. I am emotionally dulled. I need an emotional whetstone that's not YIIK.
I mean,
that I can feel bad about anything I say.
I mean, I like that my argument is that we shouldn't be playing YIIK, but we can't stop playing YIIK.
Yeah, no, it's shallow, it's hollow. We are in the wrong. We have opted for ourselves. This is the path that we are walking down. And we have genuinely no one but ourselves to blame. It's done for the purely hollow reason that there are some people watching, and you know what? Any amount of people,
honestly,
I'm okay with.
For us, it's not even just the amount of people. We've been doing this Let's Play commentary for nearly 10 years, Snake, and no one's been watching for most of it. So,
yeah,
really, it is just all our fault, and I'm so glad that you're finally getting the appeal of YIIK.
This is just being purely for ourselves. This has been a personal journey, hasn't it, Commentary Comms?
It really has. And it's very YIIK-esque.
I did some... Yes. What do I do with the baby doll, then? Because I saw it.
Any commentary from now on, just hear me say words like, it's very YIIKian, very YIIK-esque.
I'll be telling you to fuck off each and every time without fail. Like, are you really?
It's just, I think it's just very ACKkian.
So, anyone who's like watched the commentary up to this point, I'm emotionally dead. I am like dead weight. I am dragging. My emotions are 5 feet behind me, and I'm dragging them via a rope.
It's okay, Snake. The dungeon
and the
will
rope
be
is
over
fraying.
soon.
It won't be, because I don't know where the baby head is, and I don't know what the baby doll's about. And maybe I gotta talk to the guy again and say, hey, will you decapitate a baby doll?
My favorite thing is, like, we were watching El Camino the other day, and you were like...
Oh, we were so happy. We were having fun.
We were having fun during El Camino, but, like, at the end of El Camino, we were talking about YIIK, and you were like, I think we're, like, 3/4 through, 3/4, like, through, and I was like, nah, we're barely halfway through. Oh, that's simply epic.
Dead.
That is just...
Well, this has been the best part of the game so far. It's a shame I can't kick it like the footballs.
You can't say this is the best game, Snake. It's hypocritical, because the game decided that you can do this.
Yeah, but, you know...
It's the point of the game. It's like the idea.
You know
it's the
what?
crux
I'm gonna
of
be
it.
a reductive little shit and say that the young ones did this joke in the 1970s, 80s, whenever. So who can really say that it's good?
The fact that we decapitated Alex makes me think that that the robot is more Alex than it is Semi-Pak, than it is Vela, than it is anyone. And it is just another aspect of the game being like... It's not about Alex, but actually everything is about Alex, which is just like a very frustrating like kick to the face when it's like Alex is learning to mature to become a real person, and then it just like takes that on from under you. Cause like,
hey Noonam, when we get to this part, is the thumbnail going to be Alex's head with Alex's head?
We'll see. That's so long from now.
Yeah, because I'm only saying that because I know you'll forget. Why do I have my head back? I don't want that.
Oh, it's just only for that room, I guess.
That sucks. I was hoping that would just stay for the rest of the game. Can we get a model?
Oh my god!
The model.
There's like a 10-second delay. I'm gonna disconnect.
Alright, well I'm gonna do this fight, so I'll let you back in a little bit.
Yeah. I'll just sit out from the fight, and maybe my internet will get better.
You know what, I'm gonna say it, this might sound arrogant of me, I don't think you're gonna miss much.
Oh, definitely not. Quit Malwarebytes.
Whoa, this music's obnoxious. Like, you've heard that comment before, right, Nuna?
I've heard many comments.
Oh my god. Yeah, Nuna, the numbers have broken now. The numbers have broken.
At least we have that. Like, even, like, just purely by happenstance, before even knowing about, like, the strength thing, we've been adding stuff to our strength and just broken the game.
Alright, try and connect. So, in this recording session alone... I'll connect? Yeah. In this recording session alone, we have gone from doing... Oh, another take. While I was adding you back in, another monster decided, hey... We've gone from doing 100 damage to doing 300 damage whenever we do LP toss.
God.
Like, it's insane.
I mean, honestly... I mean, if anything, to make the experience of actually going through YIIK and not talking about it not talking about YIIK as if it's in a different room and being like, you know what? He's been doing really well. He's been... What? If you think about it, some things are okay. Not like it's like your aunt and your mom being like, you know what? He went out last week. Like, if it's not... we can only talk about YIIK positively if it's like that. I minimize my window so much. It's just like... It's...
Yeah, fuck you, so, like, you having more positive feelings. You're seeing a quarter of the YIIK I am, if you think about it.
Snake.
It's full screen for me.
Snake.
Full exposure.
Snake, the thing is, I wanted to be full screen. My thing is minimized because of my internet.
Oh, yeah, fair. I'm still gonna judge you, though.
I'm doing... No. Maybe, but I don't feel like my commentary is better when I have to, like, extremely focus on this, like, tiny little point in my fucking screen. I wish it was big screen.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stand by my point, however unfair it might be.
You fucking internet video game reviewer. Yeah, that's right. I said it.
It's not wrong. Oh, I need to get a comb.
Oh god, a comb.
You know, I'm not the guy who's like upset about improper use of the word review. That's
why do you say it like it?
Another guy.
You said it
that's
like
because I'm being secretive.
You said it like it's just the two of us, and you said it like it's me.
That's true. I did. How much money do I have?
How many people do you think that of your audience like appreciate that it is a playing? That it is a playing like that, because that's the title. That's like the whole like the first aesthetic point of it, I guess. It's a playing.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, in the early days, I did have people saying I thought this would just be, you know, live play, and I realized that myself where I did it, that this is actually a terrible title for what I'm trying to get across. But I can't think of anything better.
I disagree that it is a terrible title, because it is... Because it actually, like... It's obviously, like, edited, and it is post. But it is, like, it feels like you are playing the game with Snaker. You're like it's like just like snapshots of playing the entire game. It is that kind of experience. So I feel like the title is very apt. Even if like a fucking general viewers like click, oh, they're not playing this game.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where I meant marketing wise, it's not great because the first impression of it is, oh, this is just going to be some gameplay, and then there's just some shock for a viewer of just
maybe,
wait, this isn't
but
what I expected.
Maybe a little bit, but I disagree that it is bad marketing wise. Because like, I mean, you've made a branding. Like, if you think about like big reviewers right now, who's like, I don't know, fucking Anderson and Matthew Matoses, and whoever the fuck makes long form reviews more, it's just like it is. They usually just have review essay or whatever, but like making a show that is like this, it's just playing. I mean, it is a simple world. It is a simple word, and it just works. And if some fucking mouth breeder's like, oh, I thought you were going to play Kingpin the entire way through, but it is just an in-depth review, dislike, fuck them.
Yeah, and not many people do that. Like that, even the people who are like, oh, I thought it's generally a positive, like, oh, this is a positive, oh, this isn't what I expected.
It honestly, it kind of, not like indirectly, it kind of reminds me of the first like video game review, quote unquote, I saw, which was someone talking about Half-Life 2 and its episodes, and he called
Goose Goose.
Yeah, Goose Goose. He called them commentaries. That's like he's somewhat more British pretentious, quote unquote, about his.
But he fucking disappeared as well. Like I was watching those the other day. Funnily enough.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, he disappeared. He only really made like those videos and just disappeared because that's the video games he cared about. And it like, if you really feel that, because like the videos, there's like something kind of pretentious about them, but they're still like very fun to watch. And you like, you get the appreciation for the Half-Life series from him. Like not even just the Half-Life series, Half-Life 2 and its world and its narrative, and you get that completely from his views and from his videos. And it is just a commentary, and it is almost, honestly, he talks more about theming and like more about like just the story than the gameplay though. But there's
and the atmosphere. I noticed that watching all this, he talks about how all these kind of little graphical elements, details, assets, how people dress, how they look, convey this great sense of the world and how you should feel without ever outright telling you what things are. You get a great sense of it through implication and asset design, art design. Everything comes together about
and I feel like
world.
You kind of do that, but not so much. It's more just a complete package. You focus a lot more about the gameplay too. And like
I'm a lot more broad strokes than Goose Goose was.
Yeah.
And Goose Goose he does do well on jokes. It was like,
Come here.
God, I haven't finished watching back the Half-Life 2 one
I mean,
yet.
it does feel like his first YouTube video. Like that's what it is. It just feels like this is the first thing he's done like this. And I feel like if he had continued doing video games like that, I mean, that's before Matthew Matoses, before fucking Anderson or whatever his name is, before you. I mean, ahead of his time, basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, plot happens, but it feels irrelevant.
Okay. Yeah, no, we wronged this guy in another reality, I guess. Oh, fuck.
So, like,
Who
in
cares?
Essentia's
LP
mind, what's happening on is like a generic anime story where some government made like a robot, and like, this is like one of the guys, I guess. This is like the president of this imperialistic country.
Yuzu Imajo.
Is he racist? Is this character racist?
Probably not, but hey, if it lets me insult YIIK more, oh yeah, he's a big racist.
I mean, it's just like an... like a Japanese like Imperial Army guy, and he's like fighting you in a giant robot. Something about this is kind of sketchy.
Damn it, I only hit 2.
So we entered...
It's fine, it does 299 damage anyway. I literally only need to fucking scrape him, and I'm good.
So, like, when we entered this dungeon, all the way last session, like a scientist showed up talking about semi-referencing the Essentia 2000, who's our party member. So this mine dungeon is kind of like a kind of throwaway anime plotline that didn't happen, but just like how the Essentia 2000 feels about it. Or maybe it did happen. Because, like, my current view of the Essentia 2000 is that it is like a
She thinks Alex is really important, so...
She isn't important in the general plot, but, like, right now, either Essentia 2000 was a real robot that the government made, and and this is all just like memories that we are fighting in her brain, or Essentia 2000 never existed, or did exist, or like its existence is dependent on just Alex's experience, and we are currently just fighting Alex's fanfiction in a robot's head that only exists because of Alex. It's either one of those two things. None of them are, like, great to go through, but it's those two things.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex, why?
I am sorry I put you in harm's way.
What?
However, while I am with you, nothing bad can ever happen.
I disagree with that. Have you seen all those puzzle rooms?
I think I need you to answer some more questions.
Fuck you.
I think this dialogue scene needs to go on longer.
Why did this Japanese guy
Oh, he
know?
was Japanese, eh? Okay.
Why did he attack me? What did I ever do to him?
Maybe
Literally
Alex in another
no,
reality,
no, this
you
is
dropped
literally-
the fat man.
I can only deduce
Which happens to be a lot. Buckle in.
This is all in your fucking head. It's your fanfiction become real.
Is the same information that you have. So, these are simply educated guesses based on my own personal bias.
Okay, fine. What do you think?
It is literally
Why did
all
you say
about
that
you.
so confident?
It's literally all about you.
I think it would be a safe assumption that in a parallel life, you have harmed
What?
You are the most important
Parallel
man in many
life?
universes.
Dimaggio had some sort of relationship with you, and you heard him in
Okay, I should go back to what my original thought about the plot was. It doesn't matter. It's just like the themes and the general strokes that matter. And this robot is just another thing to make Alex important, and that's all it fucking
I harmed
is.
you?
So, we are going into a dungeon to learn that, no, Alex, those people who said the universe doesn't revolve around you, not only does it turn out the universe does, there are many universes that revolve around you.
Not only this
You are the
universe,
linchpin of
that
all
universe.
realities.
You are the Shinji of this universe, and everything does in fact revolve around you.
in our defense.
No, I think it's going further than that. I think it's saying that he's important in more than one universe. I think this is going up.
I mean,
Because that guy was from another reality, and Alex fucking pivoted his life.
that's kind of what I said about Shinji, because if you think about like the Rebirth series and the original series and all the other things being separate universes, that's what I mean. It is just a very obscure joke.
Into a better person
Okay.
is always better than avoiding the small pain of accepting you are wrong.
Alright, well, hey, talking about Evangelion.
Did I really do that? Did I always deny I harmed someone?
You LP DOSed him to death.
Do I always feel the need to justify my actions? Maybe. Yes. I totally.
It's kind of interesting, though, because Alex is so distasteful a character that even the moments where he's trying to redeem himself make you like him less.
A better person is
I mean, because it is just
It's
self-pity.
hollow.
It's self-pity. Like, you don't,
Yeah.
like you're, like, a friend who comes to you who's, like, always been kind of shitty, and then he's like, oh, I realize how shitty I've been. I'm so awful. It's like, he's, like, trying to, like, make you form a pity
Make
party.
you feel pity to get what they want.
Mhm.
overwhelming feeling of doing the right thing takes over.
It's self-pity that is not righteous. It's for gain.
Mhm.
It's for making yourself. It's purely for the self.
Chooses the
Not for others. Not for
I
empathy.
cannot allow any harm.
I mean, it is for empathy, though. It is empathy, though. It's just like
I wouldn't know what to do
a
anymore.
lot of people just don't comprehend that. Because, like, yeah, of course, you're like
It's not
your life situations might be pitiable, but still, how you're you're coming to me now
You
and being
still have a
like,
responsibility to yourself
Yeah.
to be a good person.
There exist perfect versions of us who didn't fail or harm us.
you know why it's so obnoxious?
Just
Because, like, really?
Alex isn't in a bad situation.
Yeah, no, but also,
Should I
really,
feel guilty that I harmed him in a
he's
very
not
way?
talking to himself. It's not his own mind. Like, it's not his, like, self, like explanations or, like, self, like, fucking, I don't know, him apologizing, this whole thing. He's literally talking to the player. Like, he's like, his thing changes, and he's saying this to us. This is not his own mind being like, oh, I'm so fucking awful. He's like, oh, look at all the awful things I've done.
Harm
Oh,
any other women with
and
it?
we're just, like, playing it, and,
It's
like,
also you,
fuck you, Alex!
Nyla, Cerna, Bella. The Essentia 2000 went on staring at me with that
Because yes,
expression
Alex
in
has
hers.
been told that in a parallel reality, another one of him harmed someone, and he is pity partying his current reality is, should I feel bad? I feel bad.
Looking at her, I thought of a sad
Should
little
I,
floating
like,
face.
he's asking for us to, like, be like, no, you shouldn't feel bad. That wasn't really you. But, like, it fucking doesn't matter. This is a fucking robot, and it's all happening inside your head.
Certainty that I had harmed any of these women.
And it's all fucking wank anyway.
It's like you're writing fanfiction about your life, and then in that fanfiction you do something, and then in your mind you're like, that wasn't maybe the best thing to do. And then you go to complain to your fucking friend and be like, hey, I wrote this thing in my fanfiction. Was this woke? Was this woke, dude? I don't know. Was this woke?
cannot answer this question as of now.
I've decided the theme of this game is you should feel guilty at all times because there are parallel universes and you've done something bad in one of them. Even if this scene is saying the exact opposite right now, I don't care.
I mean, all of this just doesn't really matter, because it's all just about making Alex pity himself more.
The whole situation felt like a dream.
It is a fucking dream!
Through pools of jello.
You're in someone's brain!
Even then, I kept telling myself that the things around me weren't that weird.
You have every right to, though!
That seeing Sammy vanish, meeting entities, and entering inside a dungeon in my mind should have prepared me for this.
The problem is you make yourself important in those
It
events.
did.
And he is, because,
Problem
like,
is, even
it's not real life. Someone fucking wrote this. Someone fucking wrote this. Of course you're gonna make your main character important. It's kind of,
An explanation for the very
you have to, like, write it very differently if you want your main character's point to be that life doesn't revolve around him. You're making a mid-2010s fucking coming-of-life story for, like, some teenager who's like, oh, maybe life doesn't revolve around me. But no one cares about those indie movies. You watch them and be like, huh, yeah, I guess so. And, like, never think about it again.
I was about to learn. I could have never met
Like, what's the fucking movie with that stars fucking, what is that?
you.
The kid from Whiplash was in a movie. It's like a life or something. It's something life. Let me fucking. You didn't.
I don't know, man. I'm just thinking that you're hitting on an earlier point that you made about people who do still feel a great sense of entitlement into their 20s. But this game is not going there.
Oh, it's definitely not. I mean, very tangentially.
It's not going there on purpose. It's passing by it on the street and then going on.
Oh yeah, Miles fucking Teller in The Spectacular Now. It's about a teenager who's an alcoholic,
Allow me to open your
gets together with a girl who they're not good for each other, gets into a lot of problems, and he's like, I'm gonna write an essay and get into college. And that's the whole plot of the fucking movie, and it's like 80 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. No, it's 92. And that's like just like the generic coming of age Bilgens romance fucking shit that I don't fucking care about anymore.